Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we are going to play the Spring Seasonal, amongst probably a few other things. But we'll start with the Spring Seasonal, and we'll see how it works from there. I hesitated a bit to make a video about the Spring Seasonal. There's two reasons behind that. First, I guess it's probably my least favorite seasonal of them all. And the second is that the event, the four-player mission for the seasonal, often can turn into a nightmare if you're with players who don't really know what to do. But I guess we're going to give it a try and we'll see how it works out. Worst comes to worst, we're not going to be able to do it, and I'll just leave the mission. I'm just trying to see if I can see your chat. Can't really see it right now. Oh, there we go. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay, I'm not sure why. Hello, Ito XXX. Hello, Video Central. Hello, The Elite. And as you can see, we got a brand new model for our friend Supergirl. Basically what they've done is that they've reused the Supergirl we had, like the CW Supergirl, but they tweaked her a bit so that it would be the Rebirth Supergirl. Let's go see the seasonal vendor right now. Actually, let's take a good look at Supergirl while we're here. I'm a bit disappointed they didn't have the Supergirl emblem on the back, but what can you do? So basically what they've done is that they've reused the model for the CW Supergirl. I think she used to have some stockings or something that seems to be missing. And also they give her a new emblem, but roughly it's more or less the new Supergirl, the Supergirl from the CW that they've refitted, which is fine. They're trying to tweak the models as we go along. People have been asking if they were going to make a big update to DC Universe Online now that the PS3 is no longer supported. They are not making a big update, but once in a while they will tweak a few things here and there. Like we remember how they tweaked the Superman costume. Now they tweaked the Supergirl costume. Joe is asking about the Batman update. Maybe at some point they will give us a new Batman costume or a new Batman skin. I guess we're gonna have to wait. Oh, it's Eric who was asking. Sorry. So here we have our friend Swamp Thing, but let's take a look at the vendor first. So we have a little vendor here who sells the goodies for the seasonal. So you can see one of the items he's selling is a fly trap, which is we can't see it. Basically, from what I understand, it's a Venus flytrap that you can add to your base, and it's supposed to be interactive somehow. I have no idea what it actually does. And there's also a flamingo. We still cannot see it. So they've added a few new base items. I am not sure if I'm going to try any of those. We'll see. If I have any marks that I don't know what to do with, I may decide to try it out. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So we have a few styles that have been added. Like you can see this weird chest. If you've been meaning to create a plant dude, now's the time. You have some styles in order to be able to do that. My favorite Bat Family character will have to be Batman. Those legs are weird, but I could see it work on certain characters. And they've added a whole bunch of new base items. If you want to decorate a base items with a lot of grass, a lot of plants, and all that good stuff, you are going to have a lot of stuff in order to be able to do that. I'm not going to look at all of them, but as you can see, there's a whole bunch of base items for like 6 seeds that you can actually get from the vendor. There's quite a lot of them actually. And there's a little will-o'-the-wisp totem that you can get. It's a little creature that will fly in your base. Don't think you can really interact with it. And there's also one that you can actually bring into battle. So there's one for your base, and there's one that you can actually use as a trinket to summon during battle. I wish we had that for crypto, maybe in a future update. And also we have a few other styles like, I can see the face. Well, let's remove our helmet. Come on, come on. It's nice that now the none option is right up here. I guess I can remove the Eyes of the Dusk. I'll do that a bit later.
Perhaps I have something to brighten your day.
So let's see the visage of the forced spirit. It's not a bad mask. I should probably remove the hair.
Perhaps I have something to brighten your day.
I've been meaning to use the afro for eons, and I finally decided let's use it here. A little known fact: when I was a young guy, my hair was really dry and really strong. So I would actually have an afro. If I would let it grow, I didn't have like a long flowy mane. I would actually have a pretty big afro. So I may still have a few photos from high school when I had that. Like that was way back when I was a young man. But as time went by, somehow my hair aren't as strong as they used to be. So now if I let them grow, it creates more of a lion mane than an afro. But as a young lad, or a young teen, I should say, if I let my hair grow, I would end up with a pretty big afro. So you can see we have a whole bunch of flower-themed styles that we can have on our character. And we have a hoodie. It's not a bad. As far as hoodies goes, it's not bad. And again, those we have base items from last year and the year before. So there's quite a whole bunch of. I won't go through everything, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff that you can get. Like this is some pretty old styles from eons ago. So there's quite a few styles and a few base items we can get. So if you want to have a base decorated with a whole bunch of plant-based base items, you have plenty to choose from. And also the same with styles. There's plenty of styles that could work for a nature-themed character. I missed a few comments. Just let me check. Well, for me, I'm 234. Combat rating 234, as you can see. Actually, I think I'm actually 235. I could be. Yeah, I have a weapon that lowers my combat rating a bit. This is not my quote-unquote main armory. Let's see. So yeah, 235 it is. But today I'm going to try to use my dual pistol armory. The main reason for that is that I tweaked the loadout a bit. For the 4-player mission, I'm probably going to want to use a pull move in order to be able to pull Swamp Thing into the spores. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. One of the issues with Swamp Thing is that at some point Swamp Thing becomes pretty much unkillable, and you have to pull him into spores. And then when he's in the spore, he becomes vulnerable. But sadly, too often people will like summon pets and stuff like that, or the tank will keep Swamp Thing smack in the middle of the room. So trying to pull Swamp Thing in the spores can sometimes be tricky. So I will try to do it with this character. I should probably have tried with a tank character, but again, if people summon a whole bunch of stuff, and if people have pull moves, it won't really matter. So let's talk to our friend, the Swamp Thing.
I am Swamp Thing, and I represent the green, growing things of this planet. It is spring, the time for all living things to grow.
I play on PS4.
Seeks to disrupt the balance. She must be stopped.
My favorite style? That's a hard one to choose from. There's so many of them. I guess you could say by default is the Stalwart Defender chest. Oh, wrong, the armory. Basically, with the Stalwart Defender chest, I can have a pretty big emblem on my character. So if I had to make a choice, I guess that would be one of them. For the back piece, the Ultraman, I love the Ultraman back piece. There's quite a few styles that I really like. The Batman Beyond style, I love it. The Red Death was pretty awesome as well. Some of the more recent styles we got were pretty darn well made. But once in a while, like here, I made pretty much a enhanced Quardium Elite style, sort of, and I could call this my antimatter style, I suppose. seeing how the Guardians come from the antimatter universe, and I'm wearing the antimatter gloves and the antimatter aura. Oh well. So for the first part of the mission, let's go play the open world mission, which means we are gonna have to go to Gotham, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if we can go to Metropolis. We have to go to Gotham. Okay. I always hesitate. Let's go to East End. Decisions. The solo mission is fairly simple, fairly straightforward. The nightmare is when you try to play the 4-player missions. Sadly, they have this mechanic with Swamp Thing that makes him basically invincible unless you bring him into the spores. Although, with a bit of luck, maybe they've changed that for this year. I guess we're gonna have to find out. Let's switch to our pretty awesome armory here. Because, why not? Actually, we're going to be in Gotham. We're going to switch to something else. I was about to say, the Stalwart Defender chest can be sold on the broker, but then I just saw you play on Xbox. It could be a bit different on Xbox. I'll give you that. Last I checked on US PS4, the Stalwart Defender chest was like 5 millions. So in the open world, you see we have these little plant thingy that we have to interact with. So let's go and do that.
What happened? Was I in a plant?
Ooh, we got a logbox. Let's open the logbox. I'm not sure exactly. I think there's quite a few different objectives we have here. So there might be a few different ones. Nothing really worth it. Let's go for Metallosma because why not? Like in some cases we have to defeat some evil plants. In other cases we have to defend some evil plants. So I'm not sure exactly what needs to be done. In some cases we have to click on these little thing here. And of course, when you have clicky, having a shield usually kind of helps.
This is the worst allergy attack.
So, mulch, poison, ivy plants, creature 6 out of 18. Rescue civilians 2 out of 12. So I get basically we have to interact with some plant thingy. We have to save some civilians. So let's try and do that. Sorry, I'm trying to take a look at the chat as I'm playing. So again, we have those planted thingy, so let's go interact with this one. Nope. I was scared for a second, I thought I lost the sound. Oh yeah, I do have a Batman Beyond character. And also for the missions, even the missions in the open world, as you can see, the damage of our character is pretty much clamped. So whether you play, like in this case I'm playing in controller role, doesn't matter. If you play controller or healer, you're still going to have to... You're still going to make only one damage to enemies, so it doesn't really matter. Like you can see 1, 1, 1, 1. Even if you're DPS, you're still going to do 1, 1, 1, 1. I tried Fortnite. It was okay, but it wasn't my kind of game.
I guess I should thank you.
And now, even though I uninstalled the Fortnite, I still receive a truckload of invites for Fortnite. For my flash, I use any slimline chest. I wasn't quick enough. For my flash, I use pretty much any slimline chest. That usually does the trick. That's probably the one exception where I don't use the Stalwart Defender. The Stalwart Defender gives you a pretty big emblem, but the flash emblem is I like it better when it's a bit smaller. The big version from the Stalwart Defender chest I think is a little too big. But it could kind of work to recreate the Flash from the early 90s. In the early 90s, they gave the Flash this humongous emblem. For the death of Superman, I have no idea. I thought we would have a reward by now. I thought they said we would be getting one reward every week, but I guess that's going to only start when the event officially starts, which is going to be like May 16th or something like that. So sadly, for whatever rewards, we're gonna have to wait a bit. So I guess right now we only have to rescue civilians. The reverse slimline is pretty much the slimline I use by default these days. Eons ago I would use the T slimline. But somehow, at some point, I started using the reverse slimline, and that's pretty much all I use nowadays. Or that's mostly what I use nowadays.
I've ever had.
A reverse Superman emblem would be greatly appreciated. Although I would settle with. Oh, let's help our friend here with the evil trickster.
Should have gone with the fake vomit gag.
It's not available yet. The death of Superman will start May 16th or something like that. So sadly, you're gonna have to wait for that.
I swear I could hear the plants talking. Freaky.
Right now, it's only available on the test server.
What happened? Was I in a plant?
So we still need 3 more civilians. So let's try and find some. Oh yeah, I have a blast with DC Universe Online. If I'd known, I would have started playing this game when it was in its beta stage. But you never know those things ahead of time.
That smell. I couldn't break away. Thank heavens you showed up.
Usually I renew it before it expires. Like the last time, basically, I renewed it a bit before Christmas. There was this big sale on the membership. It was like 33% off or something like that. So I renewed it at that time. And but my membership hadn't expired just yet. So I usually try to renew it a bit before it expires if I see a sale or something like that. But once in a while, it happened that I forgot to renew my subscription, and then I had to. I tried to log in, realized that, oh crap, my subscription is expired, and then had to renew it. So that should be our last one.
I swear I could hear the plants talking.
Oh yeah. What I liked from the Assassin's Time capsules was the style. The Black Manta style, pretty awesome looking style. And this is the enhanced version. Although I cheated a bit, I switched the back piece for a little Star Wars thingy. But this is probably the best part from the from the Assassin Time Capsule. For everything else, I'm not too big a fan of the Court of Owls. I like it fine. I just don't like it that much, I suppose. So basically, the 4-player missions is the Spring Sewer Rendezvous. So let's go there. Hopefully, it won't be a nightmare. It could happen that it'll turn into a nightmare. Sadly, it does happen.
This is Amanda Waller. Task Force X is taking control of this situation. I'm sending in the Suicide Squad to assist
We should have
you.
some nice-looking fella.
I assure you that those mercenaries will comply.
Let's see if we can repair first. Our friend Phoenix, I guess that's Phoenix spelled messed up. Our Phoenix friend waited for us, which is nice.
Something happened. I think he's been affected by Poison Ivy's toxin. We've got an antigen, but we need you to place.
I started playing DCUO when it went free to play. No, the NN style is just for the one. Yes, once you buy it, it's a countdown. You can give it to any of your characters. Like if you guys saw, I have a water-powered character that I gave him the Black Manta style pretty early on. So basically, I got the Black Manta style with this character, and it allowed me to buy it for another one of my characters. Oh yeah, let's give power a bit. So for those who may not have played this mission before, you have to try to bring our friend Swamp Thing here where you see the spores. The spores will make it so that Swamp Thing can be vulnerable for a bit. Sadly, in some group, trying to get Swamp Thing to the spores can be a bit challenging, to say the least. And I'm not sure why my pull move... I can't... It doesn't work. I'm so sad. Like, you can see our friend trigger the spores, but Swamp Thing isn't there, so it doesn't matter. So once Swamp Thing is in the spores, you can see that it does make him vulnerable. But if he's not, he's still vulnerable. So it makes him vulnerable for a bit, I suppose. There you go. So you can see 1, 1, 1, 1. That means that our friend Swamp Thing not really vulnerable when that happens. No. That reminds me why I never use a pull move. Might as well leave the pull to the evil tank.
I'm prepping the dispenser. Keep him off me. I'm going to get this dispenser up and going. I'm triggering a dispenser here. Keep him busy while I do it. Deploying fumes now.
Sorry guys if I'm not looking at a chat. So it wasn't too bad, but we were a bit lucky. We had people who did seem to have played the mission before, so they kind of knew we had to pull our friend Swamp Thing. Oh, let's give everyone a bow. They most likely deserve it, and even a thumbs up. Let's take a look at our friend Phoenix here. She did a nice looking Phoenix character. So that was pretty much how to play the 4-player missions. You have to put these little thingy here. And then when you see the Hazmat guys that have the little dialogue option next to them, then you have to click on the Hazmat guy. The Hazmat guy releases some spores, and the spores will weaken our friend Swamp Thing. And again, if you need a vendor, there's one right here. Oh, he's not. Oh, I guess I can't say I'm surprised. There used to be a vendor. Oh, there it is.
Perhaps I have something to brighten your day.
So I'll have to backtrack a bit with the comments. So I hope you'll forgive me for a second. So for the enhanced version of the Black Manta style, once you purchase it, I'll show you. I'll even show it to you. Let's go to the Watchtower. Once you get the regular version of the Black Manta style in your character, then you can go to the Quarks Vendor and you can purchase the enhanced version of the Black Manta style. So once you get the enhanced version of the Black Manta style, you can give it to anyone you want. If we go all the way down, so you can see the enhanced Abyssal style capsule. It's the enhanced version of the Black Manta style, and you can see that it is account bound. So once you purchase that little capsule with the entire style in it, you can give it to any one of your characters using your shared bank. But you have to buy it for every single character. Although you may have noticed, I would have to switch character. If you go to the style unlock thingy, you may have noticed that the enhanced version of the styles can be unlocked for free. So I wonder if one day, once the Assassin Time Capsule is part of the style unlocking, if at that time we will be able to unlock the style for free again. If it is, it'll be awesome. But as you saw, it's pretty pricey to unlock it for one character. But again, as you saw, I had a lot of Quarks accumulated, so I was able to buy it for this character and one other character. But again, it's account bound. You can give it to any character you want, but you have to buy it for each character that you want to use the style with. So it can be a bit pricey if you have a lot of characters that you want to use the style with. Yeah, it's 899 quarks, so it is a bit pricey. Now, replay badges, you have to buy replay badges. And there's two ways to get replay badges. You get replay badges every month if you have a subscription. I think it's 150 replay badges. Or you have to buy them from the marketplace. Like if we look quickly, how many do I have? Pretty much, I use a lot of replay badges to buy pretty much all the styles that my multiverse character had access to. And if we go to the marketplace, I never really bought replay badges. I think I bought replay badges once, like in forever. Maybe twice, but I don't usually buy replay badges. And it's probably an upgrade, I suppose. Or supplies. Oh yeah, supplies makes more sense. So you can see it's basically $9 for 350 replay badges. Technically $10. It's $9 if you're a subscriber, $10 if you're not. So it's $10 for 350 replay badges. Or $1 for 25. So you decide. You get a bit extra if you buy $10 worth of it. And also you may have noticed, oh, it's not here. Oh, I'm so sad. Let's go to supplies again. So you can see in supplies you can purchase 50 seed pods for 540 market cash. It's something that's pretty much standard with all the seasonals now. If you want to purchase some currency, you can. It's basically $6 for 50 seed pods, or for $5.40 if you're a member. And no, you cannot transfer your PS4 character to PC. We all play on the same server, but it's still two different services, so you cannot transfer PS4 characters to PC and vice versa. So sadly, if you want to switch to PC, you're gonna have to create a new account. You're gonna have to create a new character, and basically that's what I have. I have a PS4 account and I have a PC account, and it's two different distinctive accounts. If you don't drag Swamp Thing to the spores, yeah, you do 1 point of damage, which is nothing because I think he also regenerates a bit. So in the past, what would happen is that some people would keep Swamp Thing dead set in the center of the room, so you couldn't really damage him. No matter how much damage you would do to Swamp Thing, it would regenerate as fast as we would be able to damage him. The low reward box is because of the bounty we fought, like when we fought the evil trickster. So you can see right now we probably have, I have no idea how many seed pods we have. We have 10 seed pods. It's probably from today. I didn't notice if I had some seed pods from last year or not. And the spring seasonal is probably my least favorite seasonal of them all. So it's probably the one I played the least by far. But so now, if you didn't know how to defeat the evil Swamp Thing, now you have a bit of an idea how to. But again, you have to have a good group that will pull him towards the spores. Otherwise, it could be a long fight. So you can see here we have a friend, Black Manta, who seems to have also the enhanced version of the style. So I'm not the only crazy guy who purchased the style, which is reassuring, I suppose. So let's go to Deluge and play some Deluge missions a bit, because, well, why not? Oh, let's go to the... I should have gone to the broker. I'll go to the broker first. Well, the Green Lantern Emblem, I'm not sure how much it is right now. It was a bit expensive at some point. Oh, let's grab our marks first before we forget.
Thanks for your help. We sure appreciate the support.
It was a bit expensive at some point, but then it got... a bit less expensive when we got the Resurgence Capsules. Well, they have to put some sort of broker fee. Otherwise, people would put things 100 billions on the broker all the time. With the broker fee, sorry about that. With the broker fee, it makes sure that you won't put everything $100 billion all the time. So it gives you a bit of restrictions in how much you can ask for certain items. Otherwise, people would ask $100 billion every time they need something. It would be crazy. So let's see how much the Green Lantern Emblem actually is. It's about less than $1 million. Yeah, 840,000 at the most. At the cheapest, sorry. At the most, 1.2, 1 million. So roughly 850,000 to $1 million, depending on if you're lucky or not. Yeah, the Resurgence Capsules by now pretty much have all expired. Now let's take a quick look. I'm not sure if I still have any. I don't think I do. Nah, sadly, no more Resurgence Capsules. It's sad, but that was we knew that they would last only 14 days after the event was over. So there we are. If you got a negative Speed Force material from the Team Up Time Capsules, lucky you. The Infinite Time Capsule is pretty fun, but sadly it doesn't give you anything. The best time capsule, I would have to say the Batman Beyond the time capsule was probably that one, or the Speed Metal time capsule. Those were pretty much the two I kind of liked. For the style unlocking, they don't have all the styles just yet. So yes, styles from briefings don't show yet, but they will show at some point. I guarantee it. They're going to do that in stages. So right now we got a whole bunch of styles from the vendors, and from some time capsules, and from some booster bundles. I suspect that the next batch will be styles that drop in game, like the random styles we can get from missions. The step after that should be PvP. If we trust there was a poll not too long ago telling us which style, asking us which style we wanted to have. And so slowly through, they're going to do that through various phases, and from phases to phases, we are going to get different, more and more styles added to the style sharing option. Oh, Corey, you bought a lot of, you opened a lot of Resurgence Capsule then if you got the 5,000 Quarks. Good for you. Yeah, replay badges can be used to unlock styles now. Sadly, there's only one style I have left to unlock, I think. Let's see if I... Come on. Sadly, since style unlocking, the menu have been lagging a little bit more. So I guess loading all those style unlock... Oh, wrong place. So the only style I have left to unlock, yeah, that's the one. It's pretty much a red plasmic aura. Not sure I'm going to unlock it on this character. I don't really plan on using it. I already have unlocked the blue plasmic aura. That's probably the only one I really wanted to unlock. But you never know. Maybe at some point I will need to have the red plasmic aura for some reasons. We'll see. Also, some of you guys often ask me what is a good aura for a quantum player. This is pretty much by far the best quantum aura in my book. Like, I know we got a new quantum aura not too long ago. This is the much better option in my book. Of course, you have to buy it by now. Either you have to buy it from the broker, or you have to have a character that already has it, and you have to spend a pretty penny to unlock it on your character. Can you? Okay, if you say so, I didn't. I was certain you had to bring Swamp Thing to the spores to weaken him. Yeah, if you make a character on the test server, well, I'm not sure if you. I'm not sure if the names are only for the test server or for everything, but basically I had to rename my character a couple of times before I was able to find a name that actually worked. Well, right now, the only enhanced styles you can get for free, I'll show it to you with another character, because this character already unlocked it. Yeah, it's only the first 3 time capsules. And in the first time capsule, we didn't have any an enhanced version of the styles. So there's only 2 enhanced versions of the style we have access to right now. And I'm not sure which character to use, because I've unlocked it on a whole bunch of characters. Let's go with this one. Not yet. For the Speed Metal and the Beyond, we cannot unlock them just yet. But as they add in more and more styles to the style unlock, I suspect we're going to be able to unlock them at some point. And the Deluge membership, I'll show it to you in just a bit. So if we look at our little friend here, so you can see I have the enhanced Guardian Guard, whatever, and the enhanced Shimtar styles. So I can unlock them for completely free with this character, or with any characters that I have. Basically, I've unlocked those styles on my multiverse character, so all the characters on my account can get those styles for free, and you get the whole style for free, not just a few pieces. Everything is unlocked for every characters in your account. So again, the thing is that you need to have the enhanced version on at least one of your character. So you're gonna have to craft the enhanced version on at least one of your character, but then every single characters in your account are going to be able to unlock the style. And in most cases, the styles, roughly all the styles are like 4 replay badges. There are exceptions to that, like some rare items like the Crown of 80s. You can see it's 350 replay badges. And again, the enhanced version are for free. But the Future Crusader, you can see it's 22 replay badges. So styles from the time capsules are 22 replay badges, but the enhanced version that you had to craft, these are for free. Replays can be used to unlock styles that you don't have, if you have the style on another one of your character. So you must have at least one character that has the style, and then you can use replays to unlock it. Just a sec. I'm not sure. The test server is before they put items on the live server. So you have access to stuff on the test server, and once they, I don't know, are somewhat satisfied that they've tested it enough, then they put it on the live server. Usually it takes about 2 weeks. Quarks is a currency that you can get from time capsules, and there is a Quarks vendor in the Watchtower, the Hall of Doom, and all the police stations and safe houses. There's a few Quarks vendor where you can purchase some styles, some supplies. There's a whole bunch of whole bunch of stuff you can purchase from the Quarks vendor. If you stick around, I'll go take a look at the Quarks vendor in just a second. Let's go back to our friend Multiverse, and we'll take a look at a few things. So I went through the comments a little quick. Hopefully I didn't forget any important comments. If you asked a comment previously and I didn't answer, just ask again. There was a whole, let's say, backlog of comments I had to go through in order to try to catch up. But let's take a quick look at the Quarks vendor for those who may not know. So roughly you get Quarks from time capsules. It's one of the new currency they added at some point. I guess as an additional incentive for people to get time capsules. And somehow I don't have any time capsules on this guy. I'm so sad. It doesn't matter. Why everyone meets in the central hub near the magic wing? That's usually where people go to do duels and stuff like that. Nothing unusual about that. Oh, there they are. So right now the time capsule we have is the Assassin time capsule. And you can see there's a whole bunch of stuff you can get from time capsule. And I'm not sure why it's not indicated, but basically one of the stuff we can get also from time capsule is quarks. When you open a time capsule, you're guaranteed to get at least 10 quarks, but there's a whole bunch of additional quarks that you can get. And there is a Quarks vendor pretty much in the central hub of the Watchtower. Like if you go over here, you can see the Quarks vendor. So if we click on the Quarks vendor, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can purchase. You can purchase some compound omega colas. I wouldn't recommend that. The compound omegas, they're not that useful, and you will get plenty of those from time capsules. There's a style, the avatar bombardiers, that you can get on the Quarks Vendor. It's a style that used to drop in game, or I think it was a PvP style, and now you have to get it here. But it gives you an unattuned piece of gear. So if you want some extra unattuned gear, oh, did we crash? Let me know if we crashed or not. There was a weird funky thing that makes me think that maybe we almost crashed. It's good. We're still here. Okay. I was scared for a second. I thought we crashed. Okay, so here, so basically, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's some tactical mods capsule. There's some capsule. There's some crafting supply kit that will give you complex and simple material. Personally, I wouldn't use quarks for those. You can get those on the broker very easily. And there's a whole bunch of auras that you can get, and some really nice looking ones. So this is pretty much just the same aura, but it will cover different parts of your character. So this one covers the whole character, but there's others that will cover only the head, the hand, and the feet, or only the head and hands, or only the head. So there's a whole bunch of different variations for the same aura. But as you can see, they can be a bit pricey, and the same with the energy cell. And for the Diamond Mist, I would purchase some, but at some point I was trying to save my cash for the Resplendent cash. That would give me the Opalescent material and the Diamond Mist aura, and it's a bit cheaper than buying both, so I was hoping to save for that. There's also the concentrated power set aura. In that aura, in that box, you can select pretty much one aura of your choice. I'll show you an example in just a minute. And of course, there's the enhanced version of the Abyssal style capsule, which is our friend here, Black Manta. You get the Luminous Gaze from in the Assassin Time capsules. There's 3 subcapsules. There's some capsules for the gear, there's some capsules for the collection, and there's some artifact capsules, some Artificer's capsules. As soon as you open one Artificer capsules, you will get the Eyes of the Dusk. Yeah, with the Quarks, you can purchase some power set auras. Like for example, I'll show you one example that I purchased. Anytime now. Come on, come on. So when we got the new Powers Aura, I purchased this one here. It's the Scorching Aura for the head and the hands. So basically, in the little box that you can purchase here, you can pretty much select any powers you want. And then you can select one of the various auras. There are some that will cover parts of your character. And sadly, you cannot have those that covers the entire character. If you want those that covers the entire character, by now you pretty much have to buy them from the broker. You could get them from Resurgence type capsules, but seeing how the Resurgence type capsules are gone, you have to buy it from the broker now. Like, let's go take a look. The most expensive one is the Scorching Aura. So let's see how much it is right now. It's 30 millions. I'm not really surprised by that. Let's see how much the sparking. You can see by contrast the Sparking Aura is like 8 million. But if we look at the, I think it's the Wild. The Wild Aura was not worth a lot at some point. It's still, like you can see, it's still worth a bit less than 1 million. Like roughly 1 million. So there's quite a few auras that are priced low enough that pretty much anyone should be able to purchase it, at least anyone who's a legendary player. But if you want the really, really rare one, like the Scorching Aura, then yeah, it's going to be a bit more pricey. I actually, Corey. Oh, well. Speaking of Ghost Rider, I made a Ghost Rider video. So if you want, I have I think 2 different examples of how you can make Ghost Rider with some Scorching Auras. The Elite Suit of Centennial Collapse? No idea. The Quantum one is called... I forget. How much is it? Well, let me check. I have it here somewhere. What's the Quantum one? Oh, it's the Temporal Aura. I have to admit, not too crazy about the Quantum Aura. I guess it's fine, but I by far much prefer this for a Quantum character. Like, this is the Quantum Aura in my book. Well, let's see how much the Temporal Aura is. Shouldn't be too expensive, but you never know. So yeah, right now it's about 1.5 million. So it's not that expensive. What about my pants? What's wrong with my pants? The Enigmatic Aura looks really nice. That's the one I was using before I unlocked this one. But then, now that I have this one, I had to use it. I had to. But yeah, the Enigmatic Aura looks really nice. There's quite a lot of nice auras that it pretty much becomes an embarrassment of riches. There's so many nice auras now. But yeah, the Enigmatic Aura looks really nice. There's no denying that. The Multiverse pant style, not at all. I didn't even know there was a Multiverse pant style. Maybe I have it and I didn't notice, but I don't remember seeing that. No Multiverse for me. I'm so sad. I'm going to go cry after the stream. So as you can see, the Enigmatic Aura looks pretty awesome. I did make a video with all the Powers Aura. If you want to see all the auras, I would refer you to my video about them. So let's go play a bit of the Deluge content. Actually, someone was asking, let's go play the one-player mission, and I'll show you the little box at the end. Someone was asking about the member boxes you get at the end. And let's switch back to DPS. Actually, let's do it like that.
Whoa, you got here quick. Color me impressed.
So someone was asking about the member boxes. At the end of the mission, basically when you complete instance missions, the last boss will give you a little box that is a reward. That it is a subscriber box. You have to either be a subscriber or you have to have purchased the episode in order to be able to get those boxes. Although for Deluge they've turned those little boxes into little chests, but it's the same difference. Yeah, I think I do have I have 2 Star Auras. I'm not sure if. Well, give me 1 second, and I'll show it to you.
Looks like Mara had reason to be paranoid. Can you deal with these hatcheries?
Come on, come on. So the Starro, yeah, I have 2 of them. There's the Starotech Aura, which looks pretty nifty if you ask me, and there is the Starospore Aura. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of evil Starospores that kind of cling to you or float above you or all that. It's a nice looking aura, although I can't say I've used it all that much. But I didn't get that many of the Starro stuff. Like I do have the 2 Starro auras, but I only have like the shoulder piece and the back piece for the Starro style, and I think that's it. So I'm going to need at least a few more pieces before I can complete the style. I guess the Starotech Aura would be another aura that kind of works if you're playing a Quantum character. I'm going to show you in just a minute. Well, it won't be more than a minute. But if you stick around, I'll show it to you. I guess the Starotech Aura also kind of works with the Quantum character if you want to. Roughly in the box, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can get. There's styles, there's base items and stuff like that. But it'll make more sense if you actually see a sample.
I need to make sure the rogues are still tucked safe in their beds. Meet me in the detention wing.
So let's go fight our friend, the Flash.
You rocket. Cack him in the teeth. Feed him to the crabs.
Oh, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve for you.
Come on, guys. Give me a break. Aquaman is a close personal friend of mine.
I hope these bargain fishmen feed your manky hide to their dogfish. Just murder that scarlet screwhead.
Easy there, guys. I don't think they speak Scottish. Or slimeball.
Enough theatrics. Hold him still.
Ugh, watch the face.
Ah, some mysterious evil villain.
Done. Now ensure that the rest of these insufferable land dwellers tell no tales of who was responsible.
There's a few things in the box. There's collections from last year that are no longer available other than the box. But there's a random element to it, so it's a bit tricky to answer the question properly. So I'll try to use one of the boxes as an example. It should help at least a bit.
There's a sucker board every minute!
Honestly, I'm tired of the Starro content, but it's not quite the same as getting a brand new DLC. It's a lot of the content is content we already played last year, so I can see how people are a little bit disappointed with the content. But they had to bring the content back somehow. Otherwise, people who didn't play the content last year would have missed out. So they pretty much had to bring it back. So I can't really blame them for that. But yeah, it didn't give us a lot of fresh new content. Is it only face, shoulder, back, and waist? I thought it might be the whole style, but I guess the Conqueror style completes those little Star Wars thingy.
You're one cool character. About time. You found my cold card.
So let's try to give the coup de grace to our friend the Flash. With our friend Captain Cold helping us. I see sometimes people who keep on attacking Flash when he's in his cube. I would strongly suggest don't do that. It seems to glitch the character a bit. So when he's in his ice cube, just stop attacking him.
Thanks for getting that thing
Oh,
off.
decisions.
I'll get Mira and see if she can make sense of all this.
Let's go for the focusing element. I sadly have a whole bunch of mods to craft. Hello, Jack.
I knew you would not forsake us in this hour of need.
The Doomsday Aura, I think you have to get it from collections, I think. So it may take a while before you get all the collections, unless if you buy them from the broker, I suppose you could maybe collect it quick.
Fish humor. A trip to the surface is never complete without it.
Oh well, yeah. Now you can look like Black Manta.
Serious matters to discuss with your partner.
Oh, sure thing.
We don't know about Death of Superman Part 2 and 3 just yet. We know about the first part. And the first part was pretty sweet. So I can only imagine once we get all 3 parts, it has potential to be good content.
Wait, were these the Atlanteans responsible?
But yeah, Black Manta does look awesome. Yeah, there's no other ways to say it.
To Ocean Master's forces. Orm's insane jealousy for Arthur has.
And here, as you saw, I'm cheating a bit. I'm using one of the Starro back piece. I'm from Canada.
This place is unfamiliar. It appears to be
Let's remain as Black Manta.
described in older language. Be on your guard. You will have no heads for that betrayal. As Queen of the Seas, you will feel my wrath.
Yeah, the Doomsday Aura will probably have one collection on the vendor, and usually they make those a bit pricey. So yeah, you'll probably have to spend at least a few coins to be able to get the new aura. I haven't seen yet what it looks like, but I've seen the aura that the evil Doomsday has, so I assume it'll be something similar to that.
This place aches to its foundation with ancient primordial powers.
So let us switch back, because we can. It's 899 quarks, so roughly 900 quarks. I can't say I'm a big fan of Rage. I wouldn't say it's the worst power ever, but I wouldn't call it amongst my favorite. I like using it, using the combos or just using the powers, but I haven't mastered using the Rage Crash mechanic somehow.
Quaint, Mara. Clearly your skills for deception have not diminished. Zebel, you zwerver.
Fool! I will teach you to insult the Queen of Atlantis.
You are not a queen. You are a Zebel conspirator, and I will take pleasure in watching Arthur suffer the ruin you have brought upon him.
Give up, Orm. Your plot is revealed. Have you not a
Why blue and yellow if you want a Black Manta style?
You will
I
be stopped.
don't understand the question. Oh, let's summon a few friends, because we can.
As we need your help to tip the tide. Ocean Master calls minions from the sea. Use the stone reliefs to block the moon pools. You play your part well, traitor.
Black Manga? Or Black Manta?
Ocean Master has brought reinforcements. We must deny them access.
Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't really recreate the look of the character faithfully. I'm just using the style. I'm just using the style of the colors that I like best, I suppose. Manga? What do you have against manga? What's wrong with manga?
Stop the brine.
I'm so sad now.
Restrict his access to the moon pools. Do not allow your ambition to ruin all of that.
Well, technically this is not Black Manta, this is the multiverse. But yeah, even with my Black Manta character, I'm cheating a bit. Oh, I'll show it in a bit if you guys want. I guess one more.
Stop them. You will never unseat Arthur from the throne.
So we should be able to give our friend Ocean Master the coup de grace. Let's see about that. I was just kidding with you, Video Central. Basically, I just used the suit and I used more or less the colors that I like. Like you can see here, I'm using like black, blue, red, and a bit of yellow, and that's pretty much the colors I'm using with Black Manta.
I wonder what dark magic he sought to find in this place.
Don't talk about mango, you're gonna make us hungry. So let's see. Well, let's go for the... Oh, we got a collection. That's so sweet. So let's start our friend Mura.
I will bring this news to Arthur at the embassy.
Okay, so for the little member boxes, with Deluge we have those little chests.
Please grace us with your presence at Spindrift Station as our guest of honor.
I'm pretty sure I said Manta the whole time before you said it, but you may have heard manga somehow. You have to realize, not my best pronunciation, I suppose. So basically, with Deluge, at the end of all the missions, once we defeat the final boss, we have those little chesty chests. And depending on which mission you're playing, if you're playing a one-player mission, you're gonna have like a small box with only a few items. But if you're playing like an 8-player missions, you're gonna have a big box with a whole bunch of items. So ideally you're going to want to play the 8-player missions and the 4-player missions in order to be able to get more items. But you get items from the 1-player mission as well. But again, just not as much. Like you saw, we got a small treasure box. And if we go to the small treasure box, we have approximately 24 hours to open it. And you have to be either a subscriber or you have to have purchased the Deluge DLC in order to be able to open those little boxes, or to even get those little boxes. I don't even know if you can get those boxes if you're not a subscriber. And I can't really try, sadly, so anyways. So in the small treasure boxes, usually you get a whole bunch of stuff. So here we got one base item, and you get a Star Road to Conqueror loot box. Sometimes you get base items, sometimes you get styles, or sometimes you get one of each. It's a random drop. The item of items you get is random as well. So there's a lot of random involved. And again, in the box, here like we got the tiny Star Road box, and we got, again, a collection. So technically in the treasure box, we get a few goodies and a Star Road loot box. And in the Star Road loot box, we get, again, a few goodies. So we get goodies twice, if it makes any sense. And here we got the tiny Star Road box. I think I have one already, so I'm going to show it to you right now. Basically, the tiny Star Road box, what does it do? It gives you a little trinket that allows you to summon a cute little Star Road friend. Ain't he cute? Look at how cute he is. Try to zoom in a bit to show it to you guys a bit more, but he started to float away. So what does our Star Road friend does? He attacks enemies that are attacking you. It's pretty much that simple. So let's get out of here because I think we're pretty much done here. And again, for my evil Black Manta style, I'm just using the colors I like to use. And usually I would use a lot more yellow and a lot less blue, but in this case, I thought the blue was more appropriate, so I went with that instead. And oh yeah, we have to leave. So let's get out of here. The mirror style is really cool. I don't have it all just yet. I guess I could show you bits of it. Should probably make a video about it. I'll try to make one maybe this weekend. Like so far, this is as far as I went with the style.
Hey, look who it is!
So I don't have all the style just yet. I'm still missing a few pieces, so I mixed and matched with some Atlantean styles. And of course with the evil Star Road style. But overall, they did a really good job with the mirror style. The V-neck may be a little too deep, but that's a small criticism. But the texture for the scales looks really nice. I pretty much ignored all the fruit comments. That's quite correct, Jack. Which wasn't that hard to do. Which is also something like I hear a lot of people complain about the evil gold sellers. Not very difficult to ignore them in my book. Just read the comments you like, the comments you don't like the evil gold sellers, don't read them. And that's the same with the comment, I suppose. But that seems to be a little too difficult for some people to do, to just ignore the comments they don't like. Yeah, we had the double Atlantean crowns, but even then, I wasn't able to play any of the 8-player missions, so I missed out on that a bit. And also, I didn't play as much as I should have, so I was able to get a few pieces, but that's as far as I went. And I did a bit of crafting for my evil mods, so... And also I did a bit of crafting for the mods in the generator. Let's show off our little mods. Right now I've started crafting the Atlantean Royal Vitalization for the generator. As you can see, I've crafted 2 so far. I wonder if I could craft another one. Let's take a quick look. Maybe at some point they will... Actually, for the neck, there's no styles for a neck, or... So I guess they couldn't really... Oh, I still need some Oceanic Essence. Oh, I'm so sad. I guess I could still craft some Goon mods, but I don't think I'll do that. Or I could craft some Justice mods. I'll have to give it some thoughts. Oh yeah, before I forget, let's repair a bit. And let's go back to the Deluge map. Yeah, that was the penthouse base style. Yeah, I have too much. There's a whole bunch of crafting material that I probably could delete or at least sell on a broker. But I still keep it, thinking maybe it'll be useful someday. So obviously today was reset day, so all the weekly missions also have reset. So we should be able to play at least a few weekly missions, in addition to the daily missions. And of course, let's go. The one thing I strongly suggest to people is that go to Starro the very first day of the reset. Don't wait, otherwise you may end up waiting a little bit too long, and you may end up being disappointed a bit. And of course, I stay way too late from the evil Starro. If you're wondering why I'm terrified to go close to Starro, he did one-shot me way too many times the first time I saw him. Now I'm terrified of the big guy. So I tried to get not too close. But obviously some of my abilities don't have that big a range. So I have to be a bit careful. And of course, as you can see, if you're not careful, a lot of people will go down because of the evil Starro. I probably should have paid attention. I didn't notice how many people were actually fighting Starro. So I'm not even sure if there's enough of us right now. So ideally you want to attack him from range. And if he tries to do one of his pull move, you want to get away as quickly as possible. Usually I'll try to save my teleport move for getting away from him. Although sometimes I can get away without the teleport.
That won't even scuff my armor.
Yeah, I've done the spring mission and the spring alert yet. Basically, once I'm done with the live stream, YouTube will process the video, and the video should be available on YouTube to be watched as a rerun, I suppose. So if you want to watch a rerun, just come back a bit later, and you should be able to watch me run the spring missions. I'm almost done. After Star Roll, I'll probably stop for today. So just wait a bit, and you should be able to see the replay pretty soon enough. Oh no, the evil Martian Manhunter. Well, let's pull back a bit.
Regret that.
Now you're just making me angry.
You got the Bat Gauntlet and the Journeyman boots. That was a lucky month because it's been months and months and months since I saw either of those. So getting two of them in the same month, that was quite a bit lucky. Oh yeah. Ah, you're so sweet to ask for the like. Thank you. So Jack, the spring event, I played those early on in the video. Oh, let's give everyone a little bow and a little thumbs up because they did good. Oh yeah, I love the quantum powers. I love how they look. I love how they sound. I love everything about them. I know some people complain that they don't see well enough through the power. I guess it can be blinding a bit in certain situations, but overall, I really love that power. The visual effect of the power, I love that. Yeah, the jetpack. Sadly, I only have one character that doesn't fly that has the jetpack. Pretty much whenever I get the jetpack on a character that is already flying. I only have one, I think it's my Batman character that has a jetpack. So sadly, getting the jetpack is, I don't know. It's random, obviously, but the gods are conspiring against me. I don't have the jetpack on many non-flying characters. It's sad, but that's how it works sometimes. So I think that's going to be it for now. So again, for those who missed it, at the start of the video, if you want to see the spring seasonal missions, you can see them then. How many skill points do I have? It's been a while since I checked, so let's do that. I have 247. Oh, and holy crap, I have a few that I did not even assign. So let's do that. So as you can see, I'm at 257, which is more than fine. Basically, if you have 50 skill points, you have all you need. Everything above that is gravy. I don't think they'll ever add any skimming items. Basically, they want you to if you want to have skimming, they want you to purchase it. So I kind of doubt they would put a skimming item in the vault. But personally, I would like that. But I don't think it'll ever happen. So I think that's going to be it for now. So again, those of you who missed out on the spring seasonal missions, they're at the start of the video. As soon as YouTube is done processing the video, you should be able to watch the replay of the video. Although usually I think you can already go back at the start of the video even if I'm streaming. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, worst comes to worst, just wait a bit. YouTube will process the video. And once the video is done processing, then you're going to be able to go back and watch the spring seasonal missions at the very start of the video or early on in the video. Also at the start of the video, you're going to be able to see the new Supergirl model. And that's pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.